Hi, I'm Miss Boom. Let's have a look at solving cubic equations. What do cubic equations look like? They look like these types of graphs. How many solutions? So how many x-intercepts? Well, when it looks like this, we can see there's only one. Here we have two, where the turning point is one of them. And here we have three. So in cubic equations, we can have up to three solutions. Can you ever have zero? No, because this line will always cut the x-axis. Let's use the null factor law, and this is a cubic, we know, because there's three x's there when you multiply through. And let's see what the intercepts are. So x plus 2 equals 0 means x is equal to minus 2, x minus 4 means x is equal to 4, and 2x minus 5, bring the 5 over the other side, dividing by 2, we have 5 over 2. Example 2. How about this one? Well, if we have that one, then what must we do first? We can take out the x. So now we're left with x squared minus 3x minus 40. Then what else can we do next? Well, this x is equal to 0, but that side we have to factorize. So two numbers that give us minus 40 and add to minus 3, which is 5 times minus 8. So now we can do the same as example 1. We use the null factor law, and we know that our x-intercepts, our solutions or our roots are x equals 0, x equals minus 5, and x equals 8. Example 3. So for this, again, we can take x out. And then what else can we do? Two numbers that multiply to give 16 and add to 2. Well, there's not much we can do because 2 times 8 doesn't work, 4 times 4 doesn't work, so we're going to complete the square. So here we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 16. So this section here becomes x plus 1 squared, and minus 1 minus 16 is minus 17. Do notice the brackets that I'm using and try to use the same brackets so you're consistent. And now we can do the difference of two squares because of that minus there. So now the first part minus square root of the second part, the first part plus the square root of the second part. And now we can use the null factor law. So x is a 0, or minus 1 plus square root of 17, or minus 1 minus square root of 17. What about using the grouping method? So here we can group them by taking x out in this one and leaving the second part by itself, or taking 1 out. And now x squared plus 1 is one bracket, and x plus 1 is the second bracket. Now with this, we can see that that is equal to a parabola that's been moved up by 1. So that is not going to have any x-intercepts. So that section gives us no solution. You can do this, or you can show that b squared minus 4ac, the discriminant, is less than 0. So either way, you need to prove that why you're not giving me a solution for that bracket. The other bracket is equal to -1. Factor theorem. Example 5, solve for that. We're going to use the factor theorem, or in other words, we're going to factorize. So look for factors that fit into 6, so 1, 2, and 3. P of 1 does not give us 0, so x minus 1 is not a factor. We're going to try another one. P of -1 does give us 0, so we know x plus 1 is a factor. What do you do after you find a factor? You use that factor to divide the whole thing to find the other factor using long division. So x plus 1, and then we're going to do the painful long division. It's kind of fun actually when you work it out and you get to the last bit and you get a remainder of 0, because then you know you're correct. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to go through how I did this. You can watch the long division video for that. But I'm just leaving the working out here so you can check your answers. So that is equal to that times that. So I'm going to write that out. And now this part here is equal to just 1. But what about that part? You can do it 2 by 2 or I like to cross multiply, so the 3x times x, and I think of two numbers, so 6 and 1, it's not going to make 7, 2 and 3, 3 and 3 is 9, minus 2 is 7, so I'm going to make the bottom negative because I want the bigger value to be giving it minus 7. So whichever way you do to factorize, do that, whether it's 2 by 2 or cross method. If you've forgotten how to factorize, watch the video again. I'll try to put a link in the comments, or if you can link it, that'll be great, to factorize. So you use this skill all the time. So 3x plus 2 and x minus 3. Therefore, our solution when we solve is 1 minus 2 over 3 and 3. That's it from me today. Give it a go again. Probably write that statement out and see if you can get to the same 3 answers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!